Hi, I'm Chris Maloney. Let's talk about managing restarts inside the attacking quarter of the field. Now, it's not as if managing restarts in other places on the field is easy, but it's a lot harder to manage the restarts inside the attacking quarter of the field. Why? Well, normally there are about 6 things that you have to keep your eyes out for on a restart that happens outside the attacking quarter of the field. Inside, there are a lot more things because we have a rule governing indirect circle entry. Now, the most important thing you can do to prepare for these restarts is to make sure you know with certainty what 5 is. So, go out onto an open field. It doesn't have to be a field hockey field, just an open field. Have your friends stand some distance away from you, and you decide when they are 5 away. It's easy to check. All you need is a tape measure. Then go on to a hockey field inside the attacking quarter, because sometimes there'd be multiple lines on a lot of the fields that we umpire on, and have your friends stand someplace away and say, yes, you are 5 away, or you're 4 away, or you're 6 away, etc., and measure it and see how successful you are at various points inside the attacking quarter of the field, but outside the circle. Now, these dashed lines, the broken line circle that are around the solid line circle, are helpful, but maybe they're marked wrong. I think I can show you a photograph of where the lines were marked wrong because they used the center of the goal to mark the lines. So you can't always use the lines that are on the field. It's important for you to know what 5 is, because this is the one rule where you're judging what 5 is, the defense is judging what 5 is, and the attack is judging what 5 is. So it sounds like it's objective, but it's actually a pretty subjective rule. But you have to be at least close in order to have some level of validity when you make these calls. So for a restart off the sideline, inside the quarter line, you are going to be managing, or in the field of play, you're going to be managing this and looking for a number of things. One is you've got to look for ball placement. Now out here in the rest of the field, ball placement isn't that critical. Kind of has to be in the vicinity, within playing distance. But you can give, a little more grace as the ball is further and further away from the attacking direction. It's got to be close, but when you're up here at the edge of the circle, it's got to be on the spot where that foul took place. So if the attack brings the ball over here, 3-4 yards, no good. Whistle, whistle, whistle. Got to bring it over here. That's where it took place. Why? Because the attack is given a bigger advantage if they move the ball to the center of the field. So we have to be more precise as we get closer to the circle. We have to be precise out in the rest of the field, but we have to be more precise as we get closer to the circle. All right. You have to ask yourself, are the defenders 5 away? If they're not 5 away, they're caught before the attack takes a free hit, are they influencing play? If they decide to mirror the attacker's movement, which is totally legal, so the attacker goes this way, the defender also goes this way, are they influencing the play? In other words, is their stick down on the ground, or are they just running with the attacker? Running with the attacker is okay as long as they're not influencing play. Was a defender who races in and makes a tackle 5 away when they started, or were they only 4 away? This is part of the management. If they were 5 away and the attacker started, they can go get the ball. If they're only 4 away or 2 away, then they certainly can't do it until the attacker has moved the ball 5. But again, if they were already 5 away, as soon as that attacker plays the ball, the defender can rush in. Are defenders who are inside the circle 5 away? Are all of the attackers 5 away? They have to be. If they're caught within 5, right? I get the free hit, my teammate's right there. Okay, I can go as long as I don't use them to influence the play, and as long as they don't influence the play. when the ball enters the circle, had it traveled 5? Or did, for example, the attacker just hit it directly into the circle? If they did, free hit from where that attacker released the ball. If the attacker moved the ball a yard and another attacker who is 5 away comes in and smacks it into the circle or plays it carefully into the circle, is that allowed? No, it's not, because the ball had not traveled 5. Traveled, by the way, does not include the distance that the ball just goes. So if I'm 5 away from the circle and I play the ball into the circle and it traveled 5, that doesn't count. It has to be dribbled or passed 5, and dribbling can be just back and forth in front of my body, you know, the old yardstick test, as long as I do it 5 times. Or I could run in a circle, or 2 this way, 3 that way, or 2 this way and pass it to an attacker who is now 3 yards away from me. Now we have met the criteria for indirect circle entry. And remember, if the attack played the ball in, let's say they were over here, just the ball had gone out of bounds right here. If this attacker plays the ball directly into the circle and they did not meet the indirect circle entry requirements, then the defense plays the ball from where the ball was on the sideline. Well, it doesn't have to be on the sideline because now it's a free hit. So it just has to be close to the sideline. And that because we have to be close to where, within playing distance of where the foul happened, right? So they hit the ball directly into the circle. That's the foul from where they hit it. And now the defense gets the ball close to where the foul occurred. One other thing, a little pro tip. If the players are not 5 away, you can tell the players that they're not 5 away. You can say, red, 7, I need 2 more, or back up more, or you are within 5. I prefer the I need 2 more. Tells the player exactly kind of how close you think they are. That is not coaching. Coaching is, hey, red, number 7, that right side defender looks exhausted. Take it their way. That's coaching. If you have any questions, please let us know.